Peter Lombard, Sententiae, Episode 4. Cumque his intenderet theologorum speculatio studiosa, atque modesta, divinam scripturam formam praescriptam in doctrina, tenere advertet. De his ergo nobis, aditum ad res divinas aliquatenas, intelligendas, Deo duce aperire volentibus, disserendum est, et primum de rebus, postea de signis disseremus. Now that Lombard has finished quoting Augustine, he continues in his own voice, and he says, cumque, and when. This cum here is the conjunction used with the subjunctive intenderet. This is a perfect subjunctive. The subject is speculatio, modified by both studiosa and modesta. It is a speculatio theologorum in the masculine plural and genitive. Speculatio here should be translated, I believe, as inquiry or study or investigation, and not by its English derivative speculation, because that is a word with negative connotations in the context of theology. And when, modest, studiosa, and careful, modesta, or diligent, we might say, and careful, investigation of the theologians, theologorum, pays attention, intenderet, to these matters, and his is neuter, plural, and dative. When that happens, then the speculatio, our subject, will notice, advertet. Advertet is a future indicative from the third conjugation verb adverto, advertere. Then that speculatio shall notice that, and this introduces oratio obliqua, indirect statement. The subject of that oratio obliqua is scripturam, and the object is formam. The verb is the infinitive tenere. And both scripturam, the subject, has a modifier divinam, and formam, the object, has a modifier praescriptam. The symmetry is interrupted by this prepositional phrase. So, when speculatio pays attention to these matters, it will notice, what will it notice? It will notice that divine writ, holy writ or divine scripture, holds to a fixed form, a formam praescriptam, in matters of doctrine. We could also take in doctrina as mode of instruction, perhaps. Now we go on to the next part. Therefore, ergo, in light of this, concerning these matters, nobis. Now, nobis is masculine plural and dative, for a reason I will show in a moment, but it's important to note that nobis is modified by volentibus. Therefore, about these matters, we, and what kind of nobis are we? We are volentibus. Volentibus, we who desire. And what do we desire? We desire to open up, aperire, an approach, a passageway, and it is an auditum ad res divinas aliquatenas intelligendas, a passageway for the understanding of divine topics, res divinas. We want to open it up aliquatenas, at least to some extent, and we do so Deo duce, with God as our guide. Deo duce is an ablative absolute. It's very common to put a noun and another noun both in the ablative and have them serve as an absolute. This is quite good classical style on the part of Lombard. He says then, for us who want to do this, disserendum est. Disserendum is a gerundive, and when used with a form of esse, this is called a passive periphrastic, connoting obligation or necessity, and it patterns with a dative of agency, thus nobis. So the sentence is, therefore we have to debate about these things, de his. And then this modifier in the middle here, auditum through volentibus, we who want to open up a path, we have to talk about such matters, de his. And, in the first place, primum, we shall discuss disseremus, this is a future indicative, about the subjects themselves, or the objects, the topics, and afterward we will talk about signs, signis. This again is a quote from De Doctrina Christiana. And below here is a nice diagram of what Paris looked like in the 12th century when Lombard was bishop there.